everybody. Yes, you are in the right place. Yay! Thanks for joining me. Let me just get everything situated here. Okay. All right, so my computer's freezing. I don't know if your guys's is or not. Am I here or am I freezing? Hopefully my internet is good, guys. I've even got, all right. Yay, hi guys. Okay, all right. The gang's all here, huh? Trying to get this, there it goes, okay. Thanks for joining, guys. I know it's a Friday night. I know everything's probably closed, so you have nothing better to do than just sit here with me and sew. Hi, Sandy. Yay. Hi, Kathy. So many people. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for joining. We are going to be sewing up this cute, this cute Ludlow wristlet. It is by Hold It Right There Patterns, and my last live was her, oh my gosh, her Winslet wallet. Sorry, it was spacing for a minute. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Hi, guys. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna be sewing up this cute wristlet. I love it. It's got this adorable pocket in the front, can fit big cell phones right there, keys, all that kind of good stuff. And I love the overlay on it. Isn't that a pretty overlay? And it's just got darted corners. It's not boxed, it's just darts. And then on the inside, we're gonna do some card slots. Okay, so it's got like a slip pocket behind the card slots, and then it's got your card slots right there. And then just plain, you could even put a zipper pocket on the other side if you wanted more pockets, although I don't think you need it. And then a cute wrist strap. Somebody was asking me how would I make this into a crossbody. I think I would just add another connector right there and do a crossbody strap, or add one right here on this zipper and right here on the other side to make it like opposite so it hangs nice. That's how I like to do crossbody straps. Or even rivet it on your sides, that would be cute too. So super easy to turn into a crossbody if you wanted to. Nice and compact. And all I'm using for my interfacing is, oh look, there's Suzanne, hi. All I'm using is Woven Fuse 2. That's it. That's all the interfacing I used for this. So same as SF101 is the Pellon kind of equivalent, although Woven Fuse is better, in my opinion. But you could also use Decaville Light, I think. She has the pattern set up, so there are measurements for how to keep your interfacing out of your seam allowances if you're sewing on a domestic. So it's very domestic machine friendly. I'm gonna sew it on my industrial just because I do both. I can sew light things on my industrial, which is why I love it. So I'm gonna be using that, and I didn't really keep all the interfacing out of my seams because of that. But if you're worried about that, follow the pattern instructions, do the interfacing like she has, and it'll be a breeze on your domestic machine. All right, yay, we have a good group tonight. I'm so excited. So let's get started. I won't waste any more time. I have all my pattern pieces, and I'll kind of explain them as I go, and I'm gonna move you guys in. And I will try my hardest to reply to questions. If I miss it and it passes you, just ask the question again. and I will try to catch it. Okay, so I'm going to follow the pattern kind of step for step for the most part, which is what I like to do. And we'll try and do this under an hour and a half. That's my goal. I don't always make that goal, but that is the goal. Okay, so let's start out. I am using this really cute. I felt like using this cute little kid fabric today because maybe I'll give this to a niece or something. All right, so I've got this is my back piece, and this is my front piece. That's the part of the pocket, okay? So it's shorter than your back piece. And I have my overlays right here, and I've got them all cut out, and I put some double-sided tape on the back. So I am just going to stick those on, and I am going to top stitch and just get those all on my pieces first, and then we'll go from there. Thank you, guys. I hope everybody's doing good. It's been snowy here the last couple days. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like. And so my interfacing on the back, she suggests 2 layers of a woven. So my first layer, I just did all the way to the ends, but my second layer, I kept out of my seams just so it's not so bulky when I do the darts. You don't wanna have really big bulky darts when you sew it up, okay? So that's that one. And I'll go ahead and put this one on as well. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can. I don't know if that was a... Sandy, you're with your granddaughter. Tell her I say hi. Okay. Do you ever seal the exposed? No, I don't seal it. Mine don't. This one won't fray. Vinyl usually doesn't fray, so no, I did not seal it in any way. Just right on there, just like that. All right, so we're gonna just sew this on. I'm using a bonded poly text 70 thread that I actually am offering on my site right now. I'm using some of that to sew this on. And I am just going to use a top stitch. My machine's set at a 5. I think all machines are different on their stitch length. I'm not positive. So my 5, maybe like your 6 or 7, I don't know. Just go really slow around these curves. Let me know if you guys can see okay, if the angle is good. Sorry, I do not go fast over this cute little curve. I want to make sure I get it right. Love, thank you, Dalva. I mean, to be honest, I just picked all of these fabrics and vinyl and stuff out less than 2 hours ago and cut it. It's been a day. It's been my second oldest son turned 17 today. So I've been running around getting stuff for that, and then I was running around filling orders and getting those to the post office. So Stacy, do I ever paint the edges? I have, yeah. I have painted the edges of vinyl and leather before. I'm just top stitching or basting, not top stitching, but I'm just going and basting the rest of this vinyl on. Kind of wants to move around on me because it's kind of a softer vinyl, so I'm trying to hold it down really good as I sew. But just sew all the way around it and tack it down here. Hi, Natalie. Welcome, welcome. All right. So that is your first panel, just like that. Super cute. If you really wanted to, I think if you had a contrasting thread, it would look cute to do a second row. I'm really big on that second row of stitching. Nikki, I'm not sure. I don't know if you really need, I would just so they stay flat with your fabric on the darts, I would definitely baste them down somehow. Because they're laying on top of the other part and you don't want those to be separate and like it not get caught when you're doing your darts. Does that make sense? So yes, I think you should baste it like the pattern says all the way around. Janet, thank you. You know, I get almost probably 75% of my fabrics on Hawthorne threads, to be honest. I love, love, love their selection of fabrics. It's probably my favorite fabric site. And then this vinyl is from My Punk Broidery. And I really like their vinyls. Yeah, you know what? I would definitely make sure you sew around these darts. It needs to be attached. So yes, my answer is yes. Sorry. What else? Thank you, Kristen. That's super sweet of you. I told my kids I'd let them stay up late if they were quiet, so we'll see how quiet it is upstairs while I do this. I don't think this is an actual vinyl that they offer right now. I got it in one of those special packs that they offer. I'm not quite sure. I'll look that up and post it in the details afterwards if I find it on their website. Okay, so after you have that done, we're going to work on our zippers. So I have this zipper. I have already done my pocket zipper. It is 8 5/8, and then I put my zipper tabs on, and I'll show you how I do that on this next zipper. I already attached it to this one. Truth be told, I put my tabs on and forgot to put the zip on, so I have to unpick it. So see, it happens to everybody. Okay, so this next top zipper, I've got my zipper tab. I've folded my raw edges in, folded them in again to get my tab, and I am just slipping that over the raw end of my zipper right there, okay? But I'm not gonna sew that up yet. I am going to make sure that it's the right length after doing the turned. So I marked evenly across my zipper and I pinched it and pulled it down and I stitched it in place. I'm gonna show you how I did that. I've done it in lots of videos. So I don't know if you can see that little white line there. I'm gonna pinch it and fold it down. Kind of hard to see with a black zipper. Sorry about that. But seriously, I do this in probably 75% of my videos as well. Okay, so I'm just going to just tack that down. If you want to hand sew it, you can totally hand sew it down. A lot of people do that as well, but I just use my machine. I do a couple stitches first with my hand, take the pen out, and then do the rest of the stitches. And that just tacks it right down in place. Just like that, okay? And then you want to trim. Hi, Julie. Dalva. The vinyl is from My Punk Broidery that I'm using. And where's my lighter? Sorry, you always want to, sorry, ooh, melt the edges too, just so they don't fray there. Okay, so when you have your ends turned, you want to make sure your zipper is the correct length. It needs to be 8 5/8 as well. Am I right? Yeah, okay. So mine's a little bit longer, so I need to trim it. Hi, Hawaii. I wish I was in Hawaii right now. Okay, and I'm just gonna trim it right there real quick. All right. And then we want to put our zipper tab on, okay? Okay. Hi everybody joining in. Thanks for joining. Somebody commented on one of my live videos that they said, is it really necessary that I sit there and say hi to everybody? They seemed a little annoyed with that, so maybe people don't want me to say hi to everybody, but hi everybody. Okay, so I'm just sewing that zipper tab on all at once. And then you will have to trim that down just a touch. Oh, thanks, Jan. It took me a while to figure out how to do that turned zipper too. It took a lot of practice. But once you get it, you get it. Hi, Jenny. Happy Friday. I don't mind the cooler weather, Dawn, but having a puppy and having snow outside is not very fun. Luckily, she loves it, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so we want to put this away. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Okay, I'm going to just clip my centers real quick. That's easier for me than marking on the pattern piece 5/8 in. So you can do this either way. I'm just clipping my centers because I feel like that's just the way that I do it better. Okay, so you want to line it up so it's centered. And I do the smallest little snips in my zipper, guys. It's not big because you don't want your zipper to fray on you. Kathy, first time for your puppy too? Oh, Marley May loves the snow. It's hilarious. She sits there and just prances around in it and puts her face in it. Okay, so I am doing a 1/8 inch basting stitch along the top and just basting this zipper down first. Okay. And you should have about 5/8 inch on each side left on the zipper. Okay, just like that. All right. Then you want to get, sorry, I need to get my pockets here. I was a little frazzled before this video, so I will try my best to. Okay. Oh, thanks, Brenda. You don't really need to clip your centers on these pocket pieces, but I'm just going to. Okay, so this is my pocket piece. I'm going to go right side down. Okay. So my panel, my front panel, and my pocket piece are right sides together, and my zipper is in the middle. Hi, Dion. The vinyl, is it a soft vinyl? Yes, it is. It's a soft vinyl. Sorry, I was just I gotta read the pattern as I go along too here. Okay, so sew that on at 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay. Just like that. Now, when you are done doing that part, yes, this is a great beginner pattern. You're right, Kristen. It's a really fun wristlet if you're just starting out. This is a great one to learn on. Okay, so I just flipped it over, so it should look like that. And I'm gonna top stitch, but I am I'm starting at this zipper tab with my top stitch. I'm not gonna top stitch all the way from the end. I'm gonna start at tab and end at my tab. It just makes a difference for when in the end you're turning everything out. It helps your lining lay nicely. I mean your pocket, sorry. You need this for your pocket piece. I'm thinking we were doing the top. It's gonna help with your pocket because we have to pinch and make a little pucker in it. So that's gonna help. So it's important you go from tab to tab. Brenda, yes, I do love my machine. It is quite fabulous. Thank you, Dion. Oh, thanks. I like your name too. Gloria, my vinyl's from My Punk embroidery. All right, stop at tab and end at tab. All right, so our next piece is this skinny piece here, okay? And we want to put it on the back here. I'm going to clip my center real quick. Okay, we want to put it, whoops, about that way, sorry. Okay, find my centers, clip that down, and I'm just going to baste that on. Oh, thanks, Amy. Hi, Kassiah. How's it going? Hi, Roxanne. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we've got this little piece on. We need to get this piece on. Now, I need to make sure. Okay, so we are going to flip this up and we're sewing along. I did it upside down. That's okay. This piece really isn't going to be seen, but this piece is. So I want to make sure. Yes. Okay. So I want to put that on top of this piece right here. Okay. And we're going to stitch that on and we're going to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance on that. Oh, thank you, Paula. That's very nice of you. Okay, so a 1/2 inch seam allowance on this, and it seems kind of weird. The first time I did it, I was just, this little part, it took me a minute to understand why I was doing it the way I am, but it makes sense. This will make sense. And my bobbin is caught. Just a minute. Hi, Max. How's it going, buddy? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. See, my machine hates me sometimes too. All right. These are the things I can't edit out of a live video. There we go. Okay. So we have this sewn on here. Okay, this is what it looks like now. Okay. Oh, that bugs me that I put that on the wrong way. That's okay. All right, so that's what it's going to be, but we need to add our back pocket piece. So we're going to put that on right now, right here on the top. Right? Yeah. Sorry, just a minute. There we go. Okay, so you want to flip it over like this. And we're going to put our other lining on top there. So this is folded down on this side. Kathy, I'm so happy. I ran out of magnets. Kristen, yes. This is the part that confuses me slightly, guys, so just bear with me. I'll get it, but it takes me a minute to understand what needs to be done because of the way this is constructed, and it will make sense when we're all done. Is this right? Just a minute. Yes, this is right. Okay. Well, I may rip stitches. We'll see, Tammy. I'll let you guys know. Okay. So, okay, yes, that's correct. So now we've got to do this little pucker part, right? So what's going to happen, so here's what it looks like. And what's going to happen is this is going to be pinned. Sorry, this takes me a minute. Like that. And like that. Is that right? Oh my gosh, I had this the first time. So this comes up to here. And this comes up to here. Is that right? Susanna, is that right? All right, so what we need to do next is top stitch. Sorry, I can't figure out this pleat. This is what gave me problems when I first did it too, and I will get it. And it makes sense once you do it. Oh yeah, okay. That's what it is. It goes down like that. Just like that, okay? On both sides. Like that. Yay, see, I told you I'd figure it out, because then you have it kind of pleated right there. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, so we want to top stitch that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to top stitch. How did I do that? Right there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to top stitch right along there, and it's laying out like that. Sorry, guys. I'm sweating over here. All right. Got it. Here we go. And remember to start and stop at that zipper tab too. Okay? All right, there we go. I hope that makes sense. All right, let me zoom this back out a little bit. All right, so we want to just pin this in place real quick, just like that. Okay, so look, it makes sense now. It folds down like this. Okay, so your pocket lining pieces are matching up here. And this part is folding down a little bit. just like that. It just makes a little pleat. So it has this like area behind it so your pocket can open, and you want to pin that. So it folds down. So this part folds down. Once you get it, you're like, oh, okay. It takes a minute. There, and that's what it'll look like. It'll have this like little pleat right there, okay? So I am gonna go ahead and sew up the bottom of this pocket. And you wanna make sure that it is out of these dart areas. So I'm gonna trim my pocket up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna close it up, okay? Yeah, Kim, like an accordion fold. Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay, I'm just closing up my pocket. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, using directional fabrics, you're gonna have to sit there and think, okay, which way are we going here? Okay, so there's what it looks like, and we are going to we're gonna base stitch our sides, which closes the pocket as well, okay? So go ahead and just baste all of this closed. Oh man, my thread is not wanting to be my friend today, guys. What the heck? All right. Okay, and then go ahead and do the other side. All right. And that is your cute front panel. Look at that. Adorable. Okay, and then before we go on any farther, I'm going to go ahead and put on my my wristlet strap, okay? So I don't forget to do that. I'm just gonna make a little connector here and attach that. All right, and then the other side. I think mine is bigger than I wanted it to be. There we go. That's okay. All right. Dawn, why is the pocket done like this? It's made like that so it has room to have a phone and stuff in it. It gives it a little bit extra room, and it just gives it a cute style to the wristlet too. It kind of just makes the pocket stand out. I like it a lot. I really do. It just takes me a minute to understand the whole procedure of it. So this is where, so I'm just adding a wrist strap real quick, guys, to the side here. And this is where if you were doing a crossbody, you would just add it to both sides. And that would be your crossbody strap. Super easy. Just add one to the other side, okay? So that's that. I am going to add my nameplate real quick. What, honey? You can come in. Sorry, I have a child at the door. What, honey? Yes, I'm doing a live. Okay. Let me just add this on real quick. I'm just gonna put it right here. You could totally put it on this pocket, which is where I think I put it last time. And truth be told, I just forgot is all. Oh, thank you. I like my nameplate too, Suzanne. Pamela, I don't feel like I'm fast when I do these lives. I feel like I sometimes struggle way too much, but thank you. Let me get a piece of interfacing real quick for that. No, honey, I'm gonna, what's that, baby? Well, you have to wait. Okay, I'm just getting a little piece to protect my fabric. Where did I put my... Yvonne, I am using a Text 70 weight. It's a bonded poly. I sell it on my website now, actually. And that is what I'm using. Okay, there we go, real quick. There's my nameplate. Okay, first panel done. Let's continue. Love it. All right, so next we're gonna do the card slots. And I kind of got a head start, and I'm glad because sometimes it just takes too much. Okay, so I will tell you a couple things. On my first wallet, I just did all woven fuse on the back and just left it out of my seam allowance. It works fine doing it that way, but the way she has the pattern written, you're just putting strips of a woven where your folds are, which works awesome as well, because then it helps with the stretching of putting your card slots in and out. That's what the idea is, and it gives you a good shape for it. So I do like her method of just doing strips of woven fuse. I've done it on both of her patterns now, and I really like it. Okay, so with your card slot piece, you're gonna have two lines. You're gonna draw one line as your fold line and one line as your placement line, okay? And you're gonna draw down your card slots. And then when you have those all marked out, you're going to iron and fold. You're gonna start with your bottom piece, okay? The bottom of your card slot. And you're going to take that fold and bring it up to your first line there. And I know it's hard to see my lines. I like this idea for card slots too. I think it's a great way to do it. And I am going to be top stitching my card slots, but I'm just showing you how I do this first. And so 3/8 inch above where that line was is your next fold line. And you're folding it up to your next placement line there, okay? And then again, 3/8 above is your next fold line. It's a really, I really like the way she does her card slots. And then your top one, you just fold down like that, okay? And those are your card slots. And I'm going to go ahead and just top stitch. There should be 4 rows that you're going to top stitch here. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Oh, Brandy, I'm so glad. I hope they come. I have been shipping out orders like the day I get them, but USPS is a mess right now. And packages are just taking forever. So I hope nobody has any more issues getting their packages. Making card slots is not my favorite thing to do, but having card slots in my bags is my favorite. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Okay, so once you have those all top stitched, we don't want to baste those down yet. Nope. Okay, so we're going to work on the slip pocket part. So fold those all back up. So your top piece is right here, and I already marked it. I did 3/8 of an inch down, or not 3/4, sorry, 3/4 inch down there. And then you're going to take your slip pocket piece with the interfacing, okay? The one with the interfacing, right? Yes. And then you're gonna mark down on that 1 1/4. But you want it on the side where you can see here. Okay. Okay. And you're gonna take it and place this top of the card slot on that line that you just drew on that slip pocket piece, okay? Right there. And that is your placement. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna sew along this 3/4 line that you drew there to attach those two pieces together. This is another method where you're like, what is going on? But trust the instructions. There's a reason. Okay, I'm just sewing along that line. Oh my gosh, my thread, I'm pulling it too hard or something. It's getting stuck somewhere. The live with all the thread issues, my goodness, come on. Yours was acting up all week too? I think the world is against me right now for having everything run smoothly. It's been one thing after the next. Okay, there we go. Okay, so once you have that sewn, put all your card slots today. It's gonna fold down like that, okay? So now we're going to complete the card slots here. We're gonna go up and up and up and just kind of clip everything into place, make sure it all looks even. And we're gonna baste it down, okay? Just like that. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and baste that. And I like to go from bottom up. I feel like when I go the other way, it pushes my card slots all wonky. So there's a reason I go in this direction. And I do the same on this side. All right. So there are my card slots. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Exactly. All right. What you want to do now is mark your center, and we're going to separate the card slots, okay? I think it's 4 1/4. So mark 4 1/4 in. Just right there. And I'm going to separate my card slots real quick. I like to just turn it around and go back down. And gives it kind of a double enforcement there. Hi, Kathy. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Okay, so that is our card slot. Now we want to finish putting the rest of it on. So get your back piece. Hey, my brother's on here. Everybody say hi to Jason. That's my brother. Okay, so we're going to be sewing around this. Now it's okay. See how mine's a little bit off? That's totally fine. It happens. I am going to trim this up just a little bit so I don't catch that in. And I'm going to line mine at the bottom, I think. Let me make sure my top is not off here. Yeah, my top's a little uneven. See how that comes up a little uneven? That's okay. That's fine. It's fine, guys. Hi, Robin. You're not very late. Okay, hi, Cindy. All right, so we're going to be sewing around this. You want an opening on the bottom because we're going to turn it. Okay, so I'm just going to start there. And it's only, let's see, a 1/4 inch seam allowance along the bottom parts of your card slot. And then you, 1/4, and then you do a 1/2 inch. Oh, just along the top. So 1/4 along sides and bottom, and then a 1/2 inch along the top. Okay, here we go. Okay, when I get to the top, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch, which I think I need to go back. Nope. Takes me a couple tries sometimes. There, I'm trimming down my uneven top there. There we go. And then you want to go back to 1/4 down here. And then remember to leave an opening right there. All right, and then let's turn it. Let me turn my iron on real quick. Just like that, okay? I am going to trim along my corners here. And she doesn't say to trim the top. I don't know. Trim my corners. I am going to trim my top down just a little bit. Okay. And then turn it. All right, I turned on my iron so I can give this a good press. And I'm going to get my handy dandy little tool that I like to use and just kind of press out my corners here. And this is nothing fancy. It's actually a leather burnisher that I use for all the corners. I don't use it for its intended purpose. So that is okay. All right. So there are my card slots. Super cool. And you want to top stitch this top edge, but I am going to steam it real quick, or just press it real quick so it all stays down. Okay. And then I'm also going to do that to this bottom area. I want to just fold that all in. And we'll sew that shut when we sew it onto our lining. All right, so just clip it shut real quick, and I'm going to iron that real fast. All right. Yay! And there's our card slots. Beautiful. So I'm going to top stitch right there. And then we'll add it to my inside pocket, or my inside lining piece, I mean, which I am just using this waterproof canvas, so I don't need to back it with anything. And we put it 1 1/4 down from our top, which I don't know, there it is. Hi, everybody joining. Hi, Judy. Hi, Kathleen. All right, 1 1/4 down from the top is where your card slots want to go. And I'm going to fold. I'm going to clip my center here and make a crease here. All right, and then I'm just going to line that up there, and I'm going to sew down my card slots. Just like that. I like to backstitch quite a bit at my corners. Maybe a little bit too much, but I want them to be nice and strong. All right. Woohoo. Okay, so we have all the basic pieces done. We figured it out. So there are my card slots, okay? Look good. Everything works. So let's put on our top zipper and put all my pieces together, okay? I'm going to clip my centers, which I think that I do. No, but I know where my center is there. Pamela, puppy, is doing fabulous. She is a sweetheart. She is definitely showing way more personality, having accidents, all that fun stuff. It's great, but we love her so much. Everybody is kind of obsessed with her. Okay, so I'm gonna get my zipper that we did earlier right here. Okay, And I'm going to clip my centers of my zipper because that's just how I do it. All right. Thank you, Kathleen. I love purple. Purple's a good color. All right, and you want to make sure that your zipper is to the left. And we're going to clip that on and baste it onto our front panel. And your zipper will not go all the way to the edges. You don't want it to be, it's going to stop short. That's what you want. Natalie, yes, pattern designers are amazing. I have been doing this for quite a while, and sometimes I'm still like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how they thought of that. It is really crazy. Like this pattern, the whole front pocket and the card slot pocket. I'm like, oh, they're both ways that I have never done before, and I love. All right, so once you have that on, you want to take the lining without the slip pockets. You don't want, the card slots. You don't want the card slot one, okay? So it's basted on there. I dropped it. Okay, I'm going to take that on and sandwich. The zipper sandwich. All right. And we are going to use a 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch seam allowance. Elaine, wristlets are such an awesome gift, which is why I wanted to do this one, because I wanted to do patterns that would make good Christmas gifts. And I think if you're in a bind and you need one, this is a great one to do. Okay, so you are not going to, are you going to top stitch? No, do not top stitch yet. We're going to add on the other side first, okay? So let's add on our other side here. I kind of went a little out of order than the pattern calls for, but that's okay. It wasn't anything weird or crazy. I mostly try to stick to the order of the pattern, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, so baste that on. So your exteriors are right sides together, and you're putting your back exterior onto the other side of the zipper right now. Hi, Lorraine. Yay. Oh, thank you. You're sweet. You guys are all so nice. I really appreciate it. I have lost my or what do they call it? Mojo lately. So it's been rough getting motivated to do stuff, and this is the pattern that helped. So okay, and then put your inside piece on top. Your linings are right sides together with your zipper in between, and you want to sew that on 1/4 inch seam allowance. Sojo, there you go. Like I knew it was something. Mojo, Sojo. Yes. Isn't that from Austin Powers? His mojo. I'm pretty sure that's where it comes from. All right. All right. Now that we've got all of our pieces on there, now we are going to top stitch, okay? But we are not top stitching all the way to, I'm just moving the pattern here. Okay. Yeah, baby. Exactly, Kim. Okay, so we're going to flip our wristlet out like that. So my exteriors and my linings are out, okay? And we are going to top stitch now. But what we're gonna do is we're starting at this zipper tab and we're going down to this other zipper tab and going, no, sorry. We're starting here down at the bottom, coming up to the zipper tab, going across it and back down. We are not going all the way to our edges, okay? Oh, Pamela, can you come do my kitchen? It needs it bad. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, Natalie, it's a struggle some days. I just want to cuddle my puppy, I think is the problem. I don't know if that's a problem, but that's part of the issue. Okay, so I am starting where this zipper starts, okay? And you can unzip it if you need to there. All right. And this part is important because of when you sew it all together and how it lays in the end. This helps your lining lay inside of your exterior nicer. Some people don't understand why you do this. This is why you do this. Okay, trust me, it makes a huge difference. I'm just pressing this down really good here. Okay. So I'm sewing over my zipper tab to the other side. And then I'm going to come down this side. Kathy, you should be able to, how do you know when someone's going live? First of all, join my Facebook group, SiahSwagBags. I always post the link there and like give you a heads up on when I'm going live. And the other thing is you sign up for notifications. I've heard it doesn't always notify you right away, which kind of stinks. But that is the other way to know when somebody is going to go live. It should notify you somehow. All right, so we are almost there, guys. Look at that pretty bag. So next we want to sew up our darts. All right, so your darts, super easy. You do not want to get this, you don't want to get your pocket in there, though. Try not to dart your pocket in, because then it lays kind of weird. So if you can keep it out of there, that'd be good. All right, so dart up your bag, right sides together on the darts, and you fold it kind of like this, and I fold this pocket out of the way, and you're gonna sew along your dart at a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, 1/4 inch seam allowance, okay? And you're gonna do that on all pieces. Oh my gosh, my thread broke again. Guys, the world is against me. Hi, Rita. Thanks for joining. It's getting caught up on something. Okay, sorry. Let me rethread. Edit. This is what I can't take out. Sorry. All right. One of those nights. All right, so, okay, that's what I just did. I darted it. I didn't get my pocket in there. Okay, it's still separate, which is what you want. So go ahead and do all the other sides. And this is where it gets thick along these bottom parts of your overlay and your fabric right here. And that's why if you're sewing on a domestic, this is the part where you really want to keep your interfacing light for sewing it up in the end. Because I think, if anything, that's where your machine would struggle. Everything else, I don't think you would have any issues with. It's just the very end part. But again, if you follow her instructions and do the interfacing as she says, you should be just fine. Instead of darting the corners, could you box them? You could, but your pattern piece, you would have to do kind of a different shape on the bottom for your panel piece. You would have to make this overlay a little bit different. But yeah, you could do a boxed corner. I think that would be adorable as well. I think the great thing about patterns like this is there's so many different fun little variations that you can do with them, which is why they're great patterns. Oh, come on. Now it's my bobbin, guys. Oh my gosh. I've never had this many issues in one sew. Yeah, my bobbin. Look at that. It's all messed up. Yep, Kristen, totally doable. This is a great domestic machine friendly pattern. I forgot to link this pattern in the description before I started my video. I'm so sorry, but as soon as I get off, I will put the link there in the description. It's by Hold It Right There Patterns, Ludlow wristlet. Oh, get it. And you don't have to do a bigger seam allowance on the lining because the lining is made a little bit smaller than the exterior. So it should fit just fine. So you don't have to worry about doing that. Okay. Did I miss any questions? Yeah, Kathy, it probably was why my thread was breaking. My darn bobbin. The things you can't see. All right, you're almost there. So let's sew this completely up. So you want to do, open your zipper and sew this all up. I am leaving a hole in my lining, okay? No, I just changed my needle and I just oiled my machine, all that kind of good stuff. So I think it was my bobbin maybe. All right, and then you just kind of, I nest my darts there, okay? And make sure those line up. Line up all your important pieces, all the things that need to line up. And then over here. And you want your lining and your seams to go towards your lining. Okay, I'm pressing them towards the inside lining part of the bag there. Does that make sense? You want to push them down in your bag. Yes, my zipper's open. I think, yes. My zipper's open. big old tip for that. See how thick this gets right here in these corners because of the vinyl and stuff. So make sure your machine can handle that part. This would be an adorable bag even without adding an overlay. You just, you know, use the regular. I mean, you could go either way. If you're worried about your machine handling the layers of the vinyl at the bottom, then just don't do the overlay part. Or cut your piece up farther and attach your overlay here so it's just your overlay. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, guys. All right, so I've got everything clipped together, and I am going to do this at a 3/8 seam allowance. All right, and I'm going to leave an opening in the bottom of my bag. All right, so let's sew this sucker up. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna move this in and down just a little bit. There you go. You know what I forgot? To line up my overlays. Make sure that your overlays are lined up. We'll see what it looks like when I turn it out. I forgot to do that part. That's okay. It's fine. Okay, and this is where you want to leave it open. Go down to your other end. All right. And now is the fun part. Let's turn it out. I'm going to just trim down these corners just a little and my bottom here. You don't want all that thickness. Cut this off and this off. Hi, Nellie. Welcome. And a little bit over here. All right, I'm not cutting off where that connector is though. And you know what? I'm gonna do another little line of stitching where that connector is just to give it a little extra support. I always like to do that. Just to double, triple make sure. Okay, I have so much thread on the floor. Hi guys, okay. So, ooh, shaky. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this cute wristlet out and hope it turned out good. All right. Here we go. Now, the other thing I had happen on my other one that I made is I didn't interface anything, and I just had a cotton, no, I didn't interface all the way to the ends with my lining, and I just had cotton. And so when I turned it, that pressure with just the cotton, it ripped my fabric a little bit. So I would suggest on your linings, definitely interface all the way to the ends, or use like a waterproof canvas for that. So you don't have that ripping issue. This is the part that kills my hands. All right, here it comes. Yay! Cindy, I think mine are too. Mine have threads all over it. Okay. Let's push all of our corners out. Ooh. Looks good. Next corner. Looks good. Bottom looks good. You could, if you really wanted your bottom to be like a stiffer bottom, you could probably add like a little thing of Peltex to it. I think she might suggest that in the pattern. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close my lining. I'm going to just push out these. See how they push out really nicely? I don't know if you can tell. It's great the way the pattern's written. You don't have that weird bulkiness in your seams up there. All right. So we just have to close this shut and we are done. I think it's going to be super cute. I love it. Okay. I'm just going to close this up. See, that took me, I had issues, and that took me maybe an hour. And that's because my machine was being dumb and I was just having brain farts. So you could totally, and it takes me about an hour, if not less, to cut and interface one of these. So this is a good, like, quick 2-hour sew that you could get done. Okay, just like that. Yeah, I think it did line up. It's a little bit off on my overlays, but nothing crazy that's gonna bother me. All right, so I'm just sewing up this lining and then we're done. I'm not gonna sew up the little wrist strap right now. It's just a wrist strap. They're very basic. Follow the instructions for that piece. All right. And that is it. Let's put it all back together. I'm just going to go like this. Okay, so I can see you all. Thank you, Nellie. Oh, thanks. Oh, Campy. It's a little bit harder to push in with this waterproof canvas. Okay. Look at that. You know, I realized I forgot one other thing on this top piece. I should have put another piece of interfacing. I should have done two layers of woven fuse, and I only did one. It still turned out fine, but next time I would do 2 layers of woven fuse on that too, I think. But guys, that is our finished wristlet. I hope you guys love this pattern because I love it. It turned out so cute. And then I'll add my little strap on there. Look at the bottom. And that's the back. You could even add another pocket if you wanted to right there. That would be cute. I love how this is such a fun little sew. I'll probably give this as a present to one of my nieces or somebody. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll try and answer them all in the comments. I will put the link for the pattern as soon as this ends and the video uploads. It's the Ludlow wristlet by Hold It Right There Patterns. She's right there. And go buy it, support a good designer, and make some Christmas gifts. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to come back next week with another tutorial. All right. Good night, everybody.